waiting to get you on the show. Thought you was kind of ducking us there.
So I've heard.
So what's up, Nakia? Tell everybody about you and what you do and what you do for Metal to Music Records.
Oh my goodness, what don't I do? Thank you for having me tonight on the show. I am Nakia Qualis. I am the executive A&R for Metal to Music Records, SMG, Metal to Music Records Entertainment Management. I'm also the owner of In Motion Events, as well as Shoes in Motion. For the label, I do, like I say, pretty much everything. I do promotions, I do marketing, artist management, you name it, I do it.
Definitely.
And I'm also an artist. I'm sorry. Yeah, urban pop artist, the Harvard Queen. That's me.
Urban pop?
Urban pop.
Definitely. So let people know how you got down with Metal Music and how it all started. Metal Music started.
It was crazy. It was crazy how it started. When I tell people that this opportunity just fell in my lap, it literally just fell in my lap. I was approached by this gentleman on LinkedIn, and he kind of came at me the wrong way. I guess he was trying to promote his label, but he was more infatuated with me, the person. He gave me, this feel about how I could connect my event planning business with entertainment management and, just kind of make things happen. And I listened to him. His whole, still sounded really well. And so I decided, why not just give it a try and see what happens. And it's just gone crazy, things. I've experienced so many things with individuals in the industry, our personal artists, things that I never would have experienced if this man had not been infatuated with me. And so here I am.
Definitely.
Everything that I've learned from this man. He's my mentor. He motivates me to do what I do. And that's just it. It's, again, when I tell people, it just fell. It fell from the sky. And it was like by the grace of God. It took me years to realize what it was that I really wanted to do in life. And this is my passion. I love this music industry. I love it. I never would have thought in a million years that I would be doing this, because I went to school for political science. And here I am.
And
loving it.
That's what I'm talking about, because that's I feel like that's what you should have, the love for music first. I know how you feel, because that's the reason why I'm still doing it, because of the love for the music and the music industry, and I feel like if you don't have the love for it, the passion for it, man, you're gonna give up you would have gave up a long time ago. And so I appreciate the fact that you got the love for it first, and that's the reason why you keep going strong. Now, as an artist, what makes you get into singing, and when you first started singing and things of that nature?
I've always sung. I believe that we all have a ministry that is given to us from the Lord, and if we don't utilize it in some aspect, that whatever it is, it'll die. And for me, I grew up, my mother's a minister, grandfather's ministers, everybody, and everybody sings as well, but they sing for the Lord. And for me, to get in church and sing, it was just like, I always had laryngitis. I had to go to the bathroom. I would come up with all kinds of excuses not to, have to sing in church. But just kind of playing around with some beats that Franz is the executive of Metal to Music Records, SMG. Franz was giving me some beats, and, he was just like, see what you can do with it. And just kind of went from there.
Definitely.
Tell us a little more about Shoes in Motion. Tell everybody a little bit more about Shoes in Motion.
As most women are, I'm infatuated with shoes. I love shoes.
Obviously.
And in hand, I love them. Frank has Hybrid Fashions, which is an upscale jewelry boutique. And we kind of dabble in everything over at Metal Music Records, SMG. I mean, from cell phones to jewelry, to the Vivo channel for the artists. And so I thought, I just said one day, I want my own online shoe boutique. And he made it happen. He created the website, and it's just been, a success from there. Everything that I do, you'll find in motion attached to it. Because I believe in this phase in my life right now, my life is very purpose-driven. And so everything that I do it for the glory and the honor of God. He keeps me in motion. With my wedding and event planning business, I did weddings from New York all the way down to Florida, like the East Coast. I had on lock weddings and events. And so people started calling me the girl in motion. And so from that, of course, the business name changed to In Motion Events. And then when I thought, I want this online shoe boutique, it's got to be in motion, so why not Shoes in Motion?
Wow.
So it's all the hottest trending shoes for women. There's children's shoes as well. And then my better half, he felt the need to include a lingerie section as well. So, because that's another favorite of mine. So over in the after hours section on the site, you'll find some very seductive lingerie.
Oh, that's what's up.
I can't get over how much you guys over there are so much like us. As far as the jewelry boutique, as far as the cell phone, because we do have a cell phone company too ourselves. We have so much stuff in common that it's really like surprises me when I see you may post something on Facebook or Twitter or something. I see it, I'm like, damn, we got that too. Damn, we do that. Well, damn, they do just about everything we do. This is so crazy how we got so many things in common, from the record labels to the distribution to so many things that it just amazed me, and I'm happy to see that it's people out there that's actually grinding hard. You know, and it's not just people like us.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
And what I'll actually ask you also is that I noticed that you have a lot of female artists that's signed to the Metal Music, which in my opinion I think is really great. And I think that females artists need to be heard more, especially in the hip hop game. And I like that. And all the females on the label is very nice, very good, and great. By the way, so I want to ask you, what how you feel about the mainstream industry, and why they think it's that they shouldn't push female artists the way y'all trying to push female artists on your label? What's the problem there, in your opinion?
They really don't.
In all honesty, I don't know. When I tell people that my mind, spirit, soul, body is wrapped into this label, they don't really believe me. But when it comes to major artists and their music, I really don't listen to it anymore, because all I get, I critique music all day long from independent artists, helping our artists put their projects out. I really don't get an opportunity to listen to mainstream artists anymore. I think that the industry, when it comes to a woman, I think that men just believe, I want to say they're superior, but just in any type of work environment, the man always kind of, stands above the woman. And I think that's how people feel about the music industry as well. I'm happy that the young ladies that I talk to in this industry, everyone has something unique about them. They don't follow mainstream. They don't follow the gimmick. They really want their names to stand out, people to remember them. And not to say that the men aren't doing it as well, but I think the women know that they have to fight just a little bit harder in this industry. Now, if you want to be an R&B singer, it's different. For me, it's even different in pop. There's no way I would dare try to compete against the hip hop and rap artists that we have, because these women, they grind so much harder.
I see that.
Because they know. But yeah, to the artists that we have on our label, Miss B, there's Kylie Kia, Lady Blaze, Isha E, Metal to Music Records Associated artists. We have Tell Baby out of Milwaukee.
Voice.
And I know, we got Voice, out of Baltimore.
Hi, Voice.
So these women are grinding, and they're setting the bar really high. These men are, you guys gotta catch up, because the women are setting the bar very high.
Well, it's good they setting the bar real high. I just feel like the when it comes to the major part, I think that there's too many scumbags in the industry also, that just want to do things with them to get them on, if you know what I mean. And I think that's
true.
And I think that's sad. I feel like professionalism always should be top priority. And that's why I see, that's why I asked that question, because that's what I see when it comes to the mainstream. And it seems like y'all's not playing that, and y'all ain't having that, and that's why I like to see y'all like giving these female artists a chance to be heard, and that's very good, so that's the reason why I asked that question. And yeah, man, there's a lot of them on there that's very good, man. I heard all of them, and I like every last one.
I like them all.
Yeah.
I like every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Killer K. Let me ask, how what type of obstacles did you have to face in doing anything as far as shoes in motion or in motion events or even being A&R for Metal to Music Records, SMG, or an artist?
Is that, you said, what kind of obstacles?
What kind of obstacles? Yes.
That's a hard question to answer. I think the biggest obstacle for me was having to keep my relationship a secret from the rest of the world. And then all of a sudden it was just, it doesn't even matter anymore. So I know you guys know that Franz and I are engaged. That was the biggest obstacle. It was hard to have to separate, personal from business. Everything else just kind of flowed. And now it just meshes together a whole lot better because there's no secret, there's no hush-hush. We can act the way that we act. And distance. I worked everything on the East Coast for the label. Even though the label is based in Carlsbad, New Mexico, I worked the East Coast for the label. So the distance was a huge obstacle for me. I had to learn to utilize social media a whole lot more, especially with us having artists in like the UK and Tanzania, Africa. I had to, utilize social media a whole lot more to push, promote, support these artists. But other than that, I'm known as Wonder Woman. I make all things happen. I get it all done. So that right there, that had to be the biggest obstacle for me. So now I'm just, just waiting until we say I do.
Okay.
Wow,
right.
That's great.
I'm
great
happy
to hear that. And just a question, you don't have to answer. You have any kids, children?
I do. Something that's the biggest was a question I was asked today for an interview earlier, like 5 things that my fans and followers didn't know about me. And I have 4 children, but I never wanted any children. I have a 20-year-old. He's a junior in